So hello guys and welcome back to another video. So in this video we'll be taking a look at centering divs in a web page. So we'll be looking at three methods today. So in that, two of them will be centering a div to the entire web page and one will be centering the div to another div. So without wasting any time, let's get to it. So for my project structure, I'm just going to go basic. I'm going to have a HTML file and a CSS file. So I'll get to creating it. And a CSS file. Okay. And for the HTML, I'm going to have basic HTML layout. I'm just going to have the basic HTML5 layout. And also, I'm going to link the CSS file. Okay. And now I'm just going to create a simple div. And we'll take care of everything else in the styles. And I'm going to create a div and I'm going to give it an ID called center. So I'm creating a div and giving it an ID as center, and then I'll refer to it in my CSS. And here I'll give it certain styles. For now I'll give it a height and a width and also a color, just so we know that the style sheet's being linked properly and everything works. So I'll give it a height of 200 pixels and a width of 200 pixels. Okay, and I'll also give it a background color. Let's just say red. Okay, so and to run my website, what I'm going to use is an extension called live server, which serves my static HTML in the browser. Okay, so done. So there we see a 200 by 200 square with a background color of red, just as how we've said here. So that is the div, and here it is. Okay, so now let's get to actually centering this div over here. So it is very simple. What I'll be doing is the first method is first we had to position absolute, and then we'll give it fixed values, right? So top 0, left 0, right 0, and also bottom 0. So what this says is it tells the thing that the div should start from 0 from the top, 0 from the left, 0 from the right, and 0 from the bottom. At this point, since we've given it a fixed width and height, it does not seem like this is filling the entire space. But when we add a margin to it, let's say margin auto, what that will do is it automatically gives the margins to the top, bottom, left, and right, and it will center our div perfectly. So as we can see, now the div is centered perfectly. So now again, this is the method 1, simple, just this much to center it. Okay, now let's remove it. Let's get back to square one and let's try the second method. For the second method, what we're going to do is we're going to again position it absolute, and this time we're going to say the top, it should start from 50%, and left should also be 50%. So if you take a look, so from this point, so this is 50% from there and 50% from here. So this point over here is the center point, but this is not exactly a centered div. So what we do is we transform it in such a way that it shifts from here to here. So I'll apply transform translate of minus 50% comma minus 50%. So what this does is again translates it. It gives negative margin and it centers the div perfectly towards the entire screen. And again, so this is second method, just 4 lines. And the third method, let's again go back to square one and let's start again. So this method is a very easy method and it's very modern. It's the modern approach. So let's have a container. Let's create a container first. Okay, so let's create a container div, and inside that I'll create my center div. Okay, so I have a container div, and inside that I have my center div. So I'm going to keep the same styles. I'm going to have a 200 by 200 center div with the color red, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add styles to the container div too, and that will be giving it a background color of, let's say, gray. Okay, and also giving it a fixed height for this tutorial. It could be, it need not be fixed. So width, let's say 500 pixels. So if I go take a look at it right now, I'm supposed to see a 500 by 500 square, and inside that I see a 200 by 200 red square. So this is the output of it. And now what I'm hoping to do is center this red div in the gray div. And it's very simple. We'll be using something called flexbox, and we'll be applying it to the parent container. So the display of this will be flex. Okay, and then I'm going to say to justify the content center, and also to align items center. So just these 3 lines, and if you see, the div has been centered in the outer div. And if I was to center this to the entire screen, it will be as simple as making this div the center of everything, right? If making the gray div and occupy the entire screen width, or maybe we could put this in body, right? This is one way. Or if I put this in body, let's just say that body, okay, and I remove the entire thing here and also the entire thing here. So it will be the same case as the other 2 methods. And okay, so we also need to give a height, because body does not have the height, right? So I'm going to give the height to the entire view height, and I'm going to say width will be auto is fine, but you know what, let's not give a width at all. Okay, so as you can see, the div is centered. That's it. Hope you liked the video, and subscribe if you liked it. Thank you.